Have you ever had one of those days where everything felt heavy, but you hadn't said a single word about it, and then your dog walked over, rested their head on your lap, and just stayed there? Like they knew. Like they could feel something you hadn't even fully felt yourself yet. What if that wasn't a coincidence? What if your dog wasn't just being affectionate in that moment, but was actually reading you, detecting something deep inside you that you hadn't consciously recognized yet? Today, we're going to explore something that millions of dog owners have experienced, but very few truly understand. Because the way dogs sense human emotion goes far beyond what most people realize. And once you see it clearly, you'll never look at your dog the same way again. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Your dog doesn't rely on your words. They never have. While humans spend most of their lives communicating through language, dogs live in an entirely different sensory world. One built on smell, sound, movement, and energy. And it turns out, that world gives them a remarkable window into your emotional state. When you begin to feel sad, anxious, or overwhelmed, even before you consciously register it yourself, your body begins to change. Your heart rate shifts, your breathing slows or becomes shallow. Your skin releases subtle hormonal changes that alter your scent in ways that are completely invisible to the human nose, but absolutely detectable to a dog. Dogs have up to 300 million olfactory receptors in their noses. Humans have about 6 million. That's not a small difference. That's an entirely different level of sensory reality. And scientists at institutions, including the University of Naples, have found that dogs can smell specific emotional states, including stress and fear, through the volatile compounds released in human sweat. Your dog isn't just guessing how you feel. In a very real, biological sense, they are smelling your emotions. But that's only the beginning of what they're picking up. Think about the last time you were genuinely happy, laughing, relaxed, fully present. Now think about a day when something was wrong. Maybe you were anxious before a difficult conversation. Maybe you'd gotten bad news, and you were quietly holding it together. On those 2 days, did your dog behave differently around you? Most owners, when they really think about it, say yes. That's because your dog is constantly observing your body language with a level of precision that's almost unsettling. Researchers have found that dogs can distinguish between human facial expressions. They recognize the difference between a smile and a frown, between relaxed shoulders and tense ones. They notice the subtle cues in how you carry yourself, how quickly you move, whether your posture is open or closed. And here's what makes this truly extraordinary. They don't just notice these things. They respond to them. Because somewhere over the thousands of years that dogs have lived alongside humans, they evolved a deep social intelligence that is uniquely tuned to reading us. Dogs are, in a very real sense, experts in human emotion. It's what they were designed to do. Now, let's talk about the specific things your dog does when they sense you're not okay, because you've probably seen these behaviors without fully understanding what they mean. The first thing many dogs do is simply come closer. Not necessarily in an excited way, not demanding attention, just moving toward you, sitting beside you, pressing gently against your leg. This behavior is called contact seeking, and it's your dog's most instinctive response to emotional distress in someone they love. They're not trying to distract you. They're trying to be present with you. There's a quiet kind of wisdom in that, the understanding that sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer someone is simply your presence. Then there's the gaze. If your dog has ever looked at you with a long, slow, soft-eyed stare during a difficult moment, they weren't just looking at you. When a dog holds eye contact with you in a calm, gentle way, it triggers the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both of you. This is the same hormone released between mothers and infants. Your dog is, in those quiet moments, doing something neurologically profound. They are deepening your bond, and they are offering you comfort at a biological level. Some dogs become unusually still when their owner is upset. Normally energetic, playful dogs suddenly become calm, quiet, almost meditative. This shift isn't random. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to emotional contagion, the way emotion transmits between beings. When your energy drops, when the emotional weight of a room becomes heavy, dogs often mirror that energy. They quiet down because you have quieted down. They are matching your state, staying close to it, staying with you in it. There's another behavior that many owners misread entirely. Have you ever noticed your dog licking your hands or your face when you're crying or visibly upset? Most people assume it's simply affection. And while it is affectionate, there's something deeper happening. Dogs in distress, or in response to distress in others, naturally engage in licking behaviors that help regulate their own emotional state and reinforce social bonds. When your dog licks your tears away, they are doing something they instinctively know will bring you together. It is comfort, offered in the only language they have. And then there's the behavior that is perhaps the most quietly powerful of all. Many dogs, when their owner is having a hard moment, will simply lay their head on that person's chest or lap and stay. No movement, no demand for play, just weight, just warmth, just presence. This is not a trained behavior. No one taught them to do this. It emerges naturally from a bond that has been built through thousands of small moments of trust and attention. Your dog has learned the shape of your normal, and when something deviates from it, they respond. Now here is something that often surprises people. Your dog doesn't just pick up on your sadness when it's visible. They can sense it before you're fully aware of it yourself. Think about the moments leading up to a difficult emotion, the slow build of tension before you cry, the quiet heaviness before grief fully settles in, the anxious undercurrent before panic arrives. Your body registers these states before your conscious mind processes them. Your hormones shift, your breathing changes, your nervous system reacts. And your dog, attuned to you in ways that go deeper than words, is already responding. Many dog owners describe coming home after a hard day, not having said a word, not having cried, not having shown any obvious sign of distress, and their dog behaving differently the moment they walk through the door. More gentle, more attentive, quieter. It can feel almost eerie until you understand the science behind it. Your dog is not reading your mind, but they are reading your body, your scent, your energy, with a sensitivity that is nothing short of extraordinary. There's a concept in animal behavior research called empathic concern, the ability to not only detect another being's emotional state, but to be moved by it. For a long time, scientists believed this capacity was limited to humans and perhaps a handful of other primates. But research is increasingly showing that dogs demonstrate genuine empathic concern toward their owners. They don't just detect your sadness. They are affected by it. They care. A landmark study published in the journal Animal Cognition found that dogs were significantly more likely to approach their owners when those owners were crying than when they were humming or talking normally. And critically, they approached in a submissive, gentle way, not seeking play, not looking for food, but offering comfort. The researchers concluded that the dogs were not simply reacting to something novel. They were responding to distress, deliberately, gently, with what can only be described as compassion. So the next time your dog comes to find you on a hard day, before you've said a word, before you've let yourself fully feel what you're feeling, understand what that actually means. It means you have, in your home, a creature who is so deeply attuned to you that they can sense the emotional weather of your inner world before it even breaks the surface. They don't need you to explain yourself. They don't need you to hold it together. They don't need you to be okay. They just need to be near you. And in being near you, they are telling you something that goes beyond language, beyond words, beyond anything that could be reduced to a scientific formula. They are telling you that you are not alone, that they see you, that they have always seen you. And maybe, in a world that often moves too fast and asks too much, that's exactly the kind of love we all quietly need. The kind that doesn't wait to be asked. The kind that simply shows up, lays its head in your lap, and stays. If your dog has ever done that for you, give them a little extra love today, because they've been doing it, quietly, faithfully, every day, in ways you're only beginning to understand. That's all for today on Petzen. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next upload.